Yeah, I was a correction officer. I worked at Rikers Island. I was a correction officer like for 2 years actually. That's all right. And but I started singing like I was born in Augusta, Georgia, so my first solo was when I did like Silent Night as like 5 years old. So I've been singing, but basically we started like I guess professional recording like in the 80s. You could say, well, no, but yeah, with Desco Records, and then now with Daptone. I met up with them. It was Desco. They was the sole providers at the time when I met up with them, and I met them through my ex fiance used to play saxophone for them, and they needed a singer one day to do some background for Lee Fields, so I was there and I went in and I did all 3-part harmony, and that's it then. So that's from there. A lot of stuff in New York, but we get more, like when we're in Europe, in London, England, you know, anywhere in Europe we get this, the people appreciate it, especially London, and they love us over there. And Canada now is like, just like I think our 3rd time coming up, you know, they keep getting us. We did the big fest here, and it was like great. And so we're more and more now, more in America is getting on to us, and you know, we're doing, like, now it's I think it's my first time here in Boston. Oh, yeah!
Do you think there's some sort of revival movement of like, you know, old school funk and R&B?
We're trying to. We're trying to like keep it alive. That's why Daptone came up with their own record label, and that's what we portray, funk, you know. And we want to keep it alive, and we got that from like, you know, the sound from the JBs, James Brown, Marva, Lynn Collins. That's who you know, I don't sing like them, but that's their material, you know. They inspired me, and that's what we want to bring to life. And a lot of young people, a lot of our audience are young college students, you know, everywhere, all over. They're young college students, and they come to me like, wow, you know, I've never saw this. This is great, and you know, I love this music, and it's amazing, you know. Someone who's been around like in the 70s or late 60s, early 70s, and see one of our shows, you would see that it's from, you know, that energy, you know, the steps, the whole thing. We try to portray that. We, you know, try to. being from my hometown, so he was like my idol. And my brother used to imitate him, so I used to imitate him as a kid. And now here I am, like being called a female James Brown. You know, I done got out the camera, didn't I?
That's okay. Yeah. No, I think you're legal.
Oh man. So yeah, I got the title. You know, and you'll see. You're gonna be here tonight, right? So you'll see one at the show, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
Do you have similar types of cues and gestures and you know, because I know James Brown was very tight with that.
Oh yeah, no, I try not to get that much into it, but we just got a little thing where we do things like, and I go into a you know, this little dance step. You know, it's hard to describe, but I. Whoa. Have you done for me lately? A couple of emails came in and it was like, so Janet Jackson did Sharon Jones cover. And we had like a write-up. Gabe put this little spoof thing in the paper that we was being sued by her. It was just a little, you know, it was really cute. It was like on a flyer thing, like Janet Jackson lawyer, something suing Sharon Jones, but it was cute. But no, it's Gabe, well, I call him Bosco Man. He wrote these songs, man, and it's like he rearranged that. It's really great. I mean, he really has talent for this stuff. Right? It's like he heard my voice and these songs that he writing. Like a lot of people think, oh, you write your songs. Like, no, Bosco, man, the bass player, he writes his stuff. It's from his heart. Man. He lives the funk. They live this stuff, you know.
Like the whole album cover artwork.
Yeah, the whole thing. I did not like that album cover. They had to like really explain, Sharon. We wanted to look like old. And if you look at this album cover, it looked like it was something did like in the '60s, you know. And it's like it's cool. It had to grow on me, you know. At first, that one had to grow. I made them put like if you open up the album of the CD cover, you see all the different pictures inside. Because I was like, no, you got to put a better picture on the inside. So you know. So that's why we put the pictures inside the CD. But it's the whole thing is to make you look authentic. You think it was done. I actually recorded for DJ Greyboy in California. He bought my album and he heard, he sent me 2 tracks. And they flew me over to California and to do his tracks. And he was like, so you was like 20 when you did this song. I was like, no, baby, I did this song like a couple of years ago. He's like, no. And so he's like 21 and he thought I was like his age when I recorded the songs. So it's amazing, yeah. so much competition I have with the younger, these, the hip hop, the funk, the crowds there go to certain places and they'll hear this music, but once they watch or they see the show, that usually gets them. If they were just to hear the music, I don't think it would keep their attention, but when they see the show, when they see it, they're like, whoa, and they stand there. And I'm always getting, when I'm off the stage, the energy, where do you get the energy, and like, wow, I've never seen, that much energy before. I'm like, oh, you're young, you haven't been around. I don't know to the hip-hop shows what they do. What I see, they crouch and run across the stage, and, and the girls all up, they turn around, shake their boots. It's about a thing of, but we just get up there and I sweat, I perform, I just give a show. I mean, that's what it's all about, a show. Yeah, it makes me feel bad. Come on, baby. Oh, do it, dog. Check this out, dog. Do y'all feel it? Put that smile on your face. Do you feel it? Okay. Whether there's 10 people in the club, whether there's 100 or 200, you're going to get the same show. I'm not going to give you less. Because to me, each time I'm performing, it could be my last. And I just want to, if 1, 2 faces looking at me smiling, you came to hear me, and that's what you're going to get. London, when I was in London, the first time I opened up for Macy Parker, and the stadium, it was so many people there. It was like my first time going to London. I was like, wow, all these people, and it was like the crowd just went crazy. No matter what, I could have told them all, take off your clothes, get naked. They would have gotten naked. It was like one of those things, Then the next one was in Canada. We did the Jazz Fest. I've never seen so many people. They told me that there was estimate, I think, like 10,000 people, maybe more. I mean, I could look out, and we was on the biggest stage there, and those things are just having like people jump on stage. I like to bring up people to dance with me when I can, because that I get involved with the audience, and if they don't come up, if I can get down, I go down, I dance with them, it's the thing. Just that communicating, I keep my eye contact with the audience, make them feel that they're part of the show, make them part of it, let them feel what I feel. No, wait a minute. I'm breaking down, You see, it gets like this, breaking down, Now y'all see, I'm an entertainer, right? And when I go away, my man sits at home, and he wonders what the hell she's doing, huh? do more tours, more networking, just open up for different shows, try to get more festival vineyards to be heard, and then from there work. Because our stuff, I mean, I would love to hear my stuff being played on regular radio stations. You know, usually they're on like college stations or stations that, you know. Usually we go in London. I think we was in Milwaukee, Chicago. They played our stuff on certain stations, but that's over there. But, you know, you don't hear it in the States. You never hear it unless you turn to a college station in New York. You know, they play our stuff, but it's like, wow. So it's like, it's tough. But I think we're just starting out, and the label is young. So I think we keep doing this. You keep interviewing me like this, and we keep traveling. I think people will hear more. You know, I think we should be on MTV. Why they don't have a funk award? You know, come on. You know, we're new artists. We're starting out. We're coming out with something new. It's not new, but we're bringing it back. We're reviving the old funk, and I think it should be heard. And I think we should be seen also.
When you recorded your album, was the band out and touring a lot to begin with, or was that just like a...
That was just a thing that the idea, they was putting stuff together, and they had, when I first met them, it was so funny, they was doing this song called The Landlord. No, Gabe wrote The Landlord. I was just backing Lee up. Then one day I came in, they just had some music down, and they came in the studio, and it was like in the summer, it was really hot. And I was like, damn, it's hot in here. And they was like, so what's the name of this song? They was like, that's the name of the song. Damn, it's hot. I'm like, get out of here. So I just made up lyrics. Like, ooh, I'm burning up. Damn, it's hot. And I said, ooh, and we just went and we made stuff. And then we did another song I was talking about, like a man who, how it sound? I sound like an old man. I was like a junkyard dog. They would call it Switchblade. And I was just talking. Man, I cut you so fast, your mama won't know. You just talking mess. And they slowed my voice down. And the next thing you know, a year later, we was touring in London. It was I never sang that song, the Switchblade, but The Landlord and a couple other songs. And I got a tour from there. And people loved our stuff. And what to me was, I thought was a joke when I went in the studio to record. And it turned out months later, here we are. They had an album out. People was buying it, and now we're touring. Well, Tommy, I want you to come on down to my side. Come on down. I'm gonna stand right here. Come on down. Don't touch me. Come on down. Let me get down here. Now see? Do y'all feel it? Now rock it, Tommy. Rock it now. On that trumpet. When we just recorded, you know, it was like, and we was getting together, the way we record our stuff in our studio, the way we started out, you know, we built the studio and we started. And so it's like, it's different. I think the album will always be, you know, not as, I can't put the energy in the album that I put on stage because you can't capture that. But it's pretty, you know, I have fun in the studio, but it's not like the stage. And I tell everyone that the album is there, but you have to see the show to capture that energy, you know. But I think I'll have more energy in the next album, I think. Yeah. I do have a slow song on my CD, Make It Good to you. And right now we're going to take this opportunity to bring this, make it feel good to you. I hope it feels good to you like it feels good to me. You know what I mean? Come on, baby.
What do your friends and family think about you hitting the road and touring with this bands now? Is that, you know, being like a kid on the road?
I know it's so new to me and it's so exciting. I mean, I'm like I love the tour. I love touring. Well, the family, well, it's mainly my church. They had to get used to that too because I play music at the church and then I'm away a lot now. But it's okay because they understand that's my life. They know. I always feel God gave me a gift and you have to use your gift because if you don't use it, you lose it, you know. And he didn't say, I mean, I do my gospel and I feel this here music, I'm just spreading my vocals. I'm spreading my talent out. You know, and I'm feeling my voice is being heard. And I think that's why he gave the voice to me, to be heard, not to just sit somewhere no one know about. Who's Sharon Jones? You know, at least someone say, oh, I've heard her, you know, I've seen her. Oh, you know, so I like that. Bring down and cry on to know that. They make me feel good. Yeah, you know the Dap Kings make me feel so good. Yeah, they make me feel good.
If you can think of anybody, living or dead, who you would love to work with, either cut a record with or sing live with or anything like that.
James Brown, I would love this. That man, it's like so long, you know, because the whole thing, the whole idea, the whole Daptone, Dap Kings, Sharon Jones, this review thing is based from James Brown, their music, that era. And I would just love to meet him, you know, share a stage with him one day. Him to come out and go ahead, girl, or something like that. I like, hey, girl, you know. Just, that's it. That's one of my, you know, between him and like, you know, Aretha and Patty, you know, the old timers, and they're still here. You know, that's longevity. That's what you want, you know. And that's important. So that's who I would like to see run into, you know, before the year 2004 is out, you know.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And thank you.